Okay. So this is the step below. If you are writing means that's a data table concept. And there is a scenario outline is there. Scenario is different. Scenario outline is different. So scenario outline injects the info at the scenario level, but data table concept is at a step level. This is step level. Only this data belongs to this step only. So that's the data table concept. And the scenario outline is, so it is going to so at a scenario level rather than step level. Scenario outline, it will be like this. Feature, scenario outline, colon, login validation. Given I navigate to the website, when I enter, say this is the parameter. The parameters are declared in the angular brackets. That's a parameter name. And valid password to login page. And user click on sign in button. Then validate the title after login. See, that's what, how many parameters? Email, valid password, title. That's why, so whatever the parameter name you have given here, so that will come as in the example table section. So scenario outline must be followed by example table section. So each parameter is the column name and separated by pipe symbol. So each, so separates here and title. And see email, this is the email you are giving. And the password and the page name. So this is how you will declare scenario outline. Scenario outline is used to do a data-driven testing. You will use this scenario outline concept. Next, use of tags. Use of tags. You can use a tags also. Like tags are mainly to run a bunch of test cases or particular key related test cases. If you want to run, you will use tag concept. So using tags could be the best practice once we want to run a bunch of test cases. And also, while writing that, you have to write @ symbol before the tag name. So this tag name before, you will just write @. All the tags are marked with a @ then tag name. So like this, @smoke test, @sanity test, @regression test. This is your tag name. So you will mark like this. Scenario above, if you mark. So how many scenarios you marked smoke test? You can call in the runner file this smoke test tag. Automatically it will pick up a smoke test from every feature file. So that's the advantage. So right, @sanity test. So that's how you can tag it. So you can map your scenario with the requirement. So best practices to provide the required Jira story after the scenario in the feature file. So you can map that. If any scenario fails, then tracking that failed requirement is easy for us, right? So you can get that Jira story in the report also. Like this, you can write. This is the Jira story, so you can map it. Okay, so that this scenario will show there in the report, so that it is easy which story is failing. You can go and check properly. So that's the proper mapping. Also, you can do that. So these are the how you can your Jira story numbers. You can put it here. Yeah, once you run, you will get a reports like this. So this is fine. These are all fine. Just more examples I provided. See, as you already mentioned, step definition is nothing but a small piece of code with a pattern attached to it. Or in other words, you can say simple, it's a Java method in a Java class file. And you will annotate a Gherkin keyword above the method. And the parenthesis, you will write the exact step name what you have written in the feature file. That is how you will write a step definition files. So this is how we see at the rate given parenthesis. This step name should match with the feature file step. Then only it will recognize. If this is not matching, and see here this U capital, but there U is small, it doesn't work out. Case sensitive. So you have to give exact step name and letters, everything, the spacing, everything as it is that you declared in the feature file. And the same name you can give here, the method name, your Java method name. And write the logic below that. So see, this is the plain Java method, right? This is a Java method. So the Java method is annotated with @given and with this format. @when. So user mouse over on profile image and then method. So Java method. So this is how your step definitions will be declared. Then we have a test runner file. Test runner file. Once you develop the feature files, then you will come to step definitions. Once these two are done, then you can develop a runner file. Runner file is nothing but you are trying to execute your feature and step definition files. And in the runner file, you will specify where are your feature files, where are your step definition files. You will give a path. So there are Cucumber options. So that is the runner file. And so I am showing here a JUnit framework to run. And let's see, as Cucumber uses a JUnit, we need to have a test runner class. This class will use JUnit annotation @run with, which tells JUnit what is the test runner class. And basically it is a starting point for JUnit to start executing your test cases. So this is how we will write test runner class. We can declare a public class test runner. This class above, you will write @run with cucumber.class @cucumber options. This is very important. Cucumber options. So what are the Cucumber options? They will ask in the interview. So features, glue, plugin, dry run, strict, monochrome, even tags. Tags also can add here. So features keyword tells where to look for your feature files. Glue tells you where to look for your step definition files. Plugin is used for reporting purpose. So you want to generate a HTML report, or you want a JSON report, or you want an XML report. So you can mention what kind of report you want. That is this plugin keyword purpose. So dry run, basically the mapping between feature and step definition files is proper or not, it will check. If you put a false, it won't do this. If you put a true, it will check that. And strict equal to true. If any step is not implemented, is not defined in the step definition, then it will come. Strictly, it will check. Next, monochrome equal to false. So monochrome equal to true you have to give. You don't give false. If you give a true, your console output will display in a proper way. That's the main advantage of monochrome. That's all about these keywords, and I explained here very clearly. Other than that, nothing. So basically, Cucumber options like a property file or settings for your test cases. And it is just, looking for all the things that you want to run, how you want to run your Cucumber test cases. That you will see first in the runner file. Always in the framework, look for the runner file. In the runner file, it will be clearly defined where are the feature files, the path they will give. In your project, they will give path. And the step definition, where is your step definition? Path, that is the one. And what kind of reports you are generating, that also given there. So that's all I mentioned here. So we already explained, I already explained that. So data table concept, I'll explain that. Okay. So now there are some hooks concept. So this is also important. How to work with the Cucumber hooks. So why do you need hooks? Hooks is nothing but basically before hooks are there, after hooks are there. These are no before and after each scenario. So what you want to execute. So hooks are blocks of code that run before or after each scenario in your Cucumber test cases. Basically, you can manage the any preconditional code you want to keep. You will put that in the before method. In the hooks, you can create one hooks class. There you can put there. And in the hooks class, you can define before and after both. At the rate before and at the rate after you will define. So you can define at the rate before, at the rate after. Basically, there are at the rate before means a setup purpose. At the rate after means a tee down purpose. Like you're tee downing your environment before and after each scenario. Basically, in the at the rate before, you will set up the environment. At the rate after, you can tear down the environment like that. Before hooks run before the first step of each scenario. So this is basically a prerequisite steps that need to be performed before starting your test scenario. So like initializing the WebDriver, one example, establishing the DB connections, another example. You can, all this kind of code you can put it right before method inside. And then to set up the test data, so you can write that code logic in the at the rate before. Read data from property file, read data through any external sources like DB, Excel, or JSON, anything you can do that in the at the rate before. To set browser cookies. Certain times application requires to set some cookies. And that time you can set them in advance. Navigate to default page. That also you can do there in the at the rate before. And so this is the one, all the preconditional steps you can do at the rate before public void setup method. So at the rate after means, so the last step of each scenario. So after last step of each scenario, this after hook will execute. So suppose when your steps are failed and you want to take the screenshots or you want to collect the logs, such kind of activities you can do in the at the rate after hook. So you don't need to write every scenario after. If you write once, automatically this is a listeners kind of thing. It will automatically go and execute. That's the advantage here. So what you can write in this after, like quitting the WebDriver and closing the DB connections. And you can clear the test data, browser cookies, sign out from the application, take screenshot for failed or passed scenarios, All this kind of scenarios you can put in the after annotated method inside below. Basically, tear down activities. So you're destroying the environment, you're closing the connections, you're closing the streams, you're clearing out the cookies. All such kind of steps you can put inside this after. So that's the hooks means. So you can run hooks with a single scenario also, like you can just put like this. See feature, login feature as an authenticated. I want to log into application so that I can access application feature. So scenario, check valid login. So given user is on login page, when user has provided valid credentials, then user should be in the login page. So then for that step definition, you can write login steps extends a base class. So this is the base class. So we can write this is the base class. So what we declared, base URL and WebDriver. And then, so these are all the steps you can write. See, exactly that's what I was telling. Given user is login page. What I did here, @given bracket, this step name I have written. See this step name as it is, I have written here. And this step name is my method name also. Then you can write your so given logic. When user provided valid credentials, you write all the send keys method. Then user is able to submit. So you will know user should be able to log in. So your expected message, welcome to your account. So that message and the actual message you're getting and comparing assert equals expected message and actual message. So that's up. Then same thing, how can you implement it with the hooks? So see that public class hook extends a base class. So this is the base class I implemented. And then see init WebDriver. So I'm just initializing the Chrome browser, maximize and implicit. That's a automatically you are initializing the Chrome browser. In the after what I'm doing, I'm closing the browser. So that every time you don't need to write. That's what we did in the hybrid framework also. In the base class, you did that. And that's how it will automatically trigger for each thing. That's all about hooks. With multiple means, this is how you can run multiple scenarios means. Before scenario 1, after. Before scenario 2, after. So this is how it will execute. Multiple scenarios are there. How to set the priority of the hooks? Even you can set the priority of the hooks. There is a order keyword. Like in testing, you have a priority, right? So here you can use before order equal to, so whatever the number you want, you can give a number 0, 1 or so after order equal to int. Basically, you can write a multiple before, multiple after. So such cases you can use say before order 0, before order 1. See, we just launched the browser here and we are maximizing after. So you're just doing some click action there, and after order 0 you're quitting the WebDriver, right? That's how you can if multiple before and after also you can write. So that's how you see first order 0 first one will execute, then order 1 will execute, then scenario, then after, so scenario after it will execute, order 1, order 0 will execute. So that's how this hooks will execute. Yeah, so that's all about the tags we already discussed. So let's go and develop the RESTful web service of framework. So framework design, we'll try it out. So any questions before going on, even in the rest assured or even in the BDD?
Ramesh, this class will have only two annotations, right? Before and after.
Yeah, even step level also you can do that.
Okay, so if you use before and after in this hooks class, we no need to use the test ng class we will create, right? Before method, after method. There we no need to use that before and after, right? Or we can
Right.
use there also.
You don't need to use them, right? Again,
Okay, okay.
need to use them again. So this is the BDD providing them.
STNG framework is separate and Cucumber framework is separate.
Right.
Simply.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So no questions, and we can go and set up the framework, REST assured framework. So for REST assured framework, you need first Maven project. Then these are the dependencies. So I have given all the dependencies what we need. Hamcrest is the one matchers. So these are the things we need. Already I have given here. So very clearly mentioned. Test ng, REST assured, JSON schema validator, Jackson data bind, Amcrest all. So JSON symbol, Lambda, JSON, arg.json. So these are all you can use.
The same pom.xml file shall we use, Ramesh, for this one also?
Yeah, same.
Because
same.
already there is a test engine we already added, I hope.
Yeah, same. Java Faker also I added log4j, core and API, Allure test ng. So these are all different concepts, dependencies you can add. So Maven compiler plugin, Maven Surefire plugin. So we need to add. So already this plugins purpose. So I hope you already aware of this, right? What
Yes.
Maven compiler plugin will do, what Maven Surefire plugin will do. Are you all clear on that? Why do you need these two plugins we are mentioning? Hmm? Pinned up silent. Whether you are aware or no.
It will automatically update all our dependencies, right, Ramesh? This Maven both.
No. So basically that Maven compiler plugin will compile your code.
Okay.
In the project, whatever the code is, that will be compiled. The compilation purpose, you will add Maven compiler plugin. That's the one which compiles the code. Entire project. And the Surefire plugin is which executes your test cases.
After compilation.
One is for compilation, one is for
Execution.
Executing your test cases. So that is what we are doing. Okay. Okay, so maybe we'll we'll do this after some time. I just need to go and pick up my kid from the karate class.